everyone, Felice Gerwitz here, and I want to share with you something that is dear to my heart, and that is saving you money. Can you use encouragement for your homeschool journey? Have you been searching for an online learning program designed to ground your family in a Christian worldview? Well, now you can at MediaAngelsMembership.com. Our affordable membership packages fit your budget and busy life. Now you can access customized membership packages for your homeschooling family from the extensive Media Angels library of books, classes, and Bible studies. You may select the ebook bundle, the creation bundle, the premium bundle, or the forever bundle. Each bundled set will save you vast amounts of money. Our packages begin at less than $10, and you can use it for the whole family. So go to MediaAngelsMembership.com for more information. That's MediaAngelsMembership.com. You'll be glad you did.
This is a production of the Ultimate Homeschool Radio Network. Welcome to the Vintage Homeschool Moms Show. Your host, Felice Gerwitz, is an author, a publisher, and your radio show host. She will encourage, educate, and inspire you with answers to your most pressing questions, from homeschool, marriage, parenting, and much more. Felice loves to equip moms to live a Christian life because every moment counts. Be sure to visit her website at MediaAngels.com. And here's your host, Felice Gerwitz.
It's time to take a deep breath and relax and refresh your life. With the new year around the corner, now is the time to de-stress. In this episode, we're going to discuss how our plans sometimes derail us and how to make the most of the new year. Welcome, everybody. This is Vintage Homeschool Moms Relax and Refresh, episode 388. You can find the show notes at VintageHomeschoolMoms.com. I am so excited about this episode because I'm going to share some ways that won't break the bank to truly relax and be refreshed and recharged and ready for this new year that's coming. In fact, this has helped me so much that I'm truly excited about the new year. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, I'm a woman of faith, and I'm so blessed that I'm not doing this alone. I recorded an episode over on our sister network, the Ultimate Christian Podcast Network, on the New Year's faith journey. And friends, it was life-changing for me as well because I feel that I have a purpose, and so do you. Your purpose is your current walk in life. Are you a wife and mom, a husband or dad? Are you a student or kid? This is your current job, and everything else will fit into place around it. I've had many things on my calendar for the new year, and I will hit that new year calendar running. I have a 31-day challenge that I'm hosting for work-at-home moms in January. I have several women ministry breakfasts to oversee in January and February. I'm hosting an in-person conference in Tampa, Florida in February. I have my yearly mastermind group in March, and in April we will visit our college kids, and I'm presenting at a ministry breakfast in April in Texas. Then May is my daughter's graduation, and when I look at the calendar, I want to skip right over the first 5 months and go into June, July, and August so I can relax. But we can't do that, can we, parents? We just can't say, yeah, today I don't feel like cooking or cleaning or dealing with the kids. So what do? We pray, we put things into perspective, and I, for one, as I shared earlier, am excited because I'm not doing this alone. First, I have you guys to encourage and motivate me. Thanks so much for your star ratings on iTunes and all our podcast apps. Thanks for your kind words via email and messages on social media. And thanks for being you and a listener. That has helped me so much through the years. But I'm ready to do this. Are you ready? First, we're going to start with 2 simple questions I'm going to ask. Number 1, what are those unmovable dates? Like I just shared some things going on in my life. These are dates that can't be moved. They're events that are happening, so I have to put them on my calendar, right? So for you, what are they? There's school days, there's lessons, and there's appointments. Those are unmovable dates, so write those on a calendar. The second are, what are those non-negotiables? Things that we can't take off our to-do list and put on someone else's. For example, for me, I can delegate some of the social media for this podcast, but I can't have anyone else do the podcast. So you get what I mean. You know, I had to be the one to homeschool my kids unless we were doing a co-op. I had to be the one, you know, to do certain aspects of the running around. You know, my husband worked, so he couldn't take them to lessons, and I was at home with my kids. So there are some things that are non-negotiable or things that you don't want to take off of your list. So once you have those ironed out, then you can look at the optional things. Can someone else do the grocery shopping, or can you invest on ordering online and picking it up or having things delivered? What a blessing delivery services can be. Yes, there's a cost involved, but you know what I figured out? I figured out that it saves me money because I'm not impulse shopping and only getting what I need. One thing that will change in the new year involves this Vintage Homeschool Moms podcast, and it's going to have new shows every month, but I'm also going to be relaunching some of my past episodes. So you'll still get a weekly podcast, but for those of you who are longtime listeners of Vintage Homeschool Moms, and there are some who've been with me since the beginning, that means you have been with me for 6 years. So what does that mean? You're going to be hearing some of the previous episodes again. I've been recording nonstop for 6 years, and I feel that the Lord still has some great things He wants me to say to you, but some of the previous shows are too good to be buried in the archives. And you can do this too. Here are 3 more questions. Number 1, what are some of the things you can do to give you more time? So think about that. What are some of those things? Can you batch cook meals? Can you do laundry just on one day? What are those things that you can consolidate? The second is, what are the things you don't want to let go of, but know you must cut back for the sake of time or your own sanity? You know, for me, it was Vintage Homeschool Moms. I had to look at it and say, okay, I'm on episode 388. That's what this one is. Can I cut back a little bit and do 2 new shows a month? I mean, I still have so much that I want to share with you guys. And so I looked at some of the archives and I thought, gosh, some of these would be great. So that's going to save some time for me. And look at your own list and see what will save time for you. The third is, now look at number 1 and 2 and make a decision. One year, I decided that writing Christmas letters was just so much time and effort and work that I dreaded it. Taking a family photo, sending out the Christmas cards on my list of over 100 people. So I had to figure out a time to cut back. And I decided to send cards just to the relatives. And it's so funny because today, this exact day, and this is, you know, I always say that God smiles upon us and He watches over us. And I shared on another episode where I was thanking God, you know, at the beginning of this day. In fact, I was playing praise and worship music and just really thanking God today. And the UPS driver came, and while I was recording a podcast, so I had to stop and go downstairs and then go back and edit. The dog barking, which she may be barking in the background here. I'm not even sure, but I hear her barking downstairs. And it was a truck that was a rental truck, but the guy had on a brown uniform. And I asked if he was UPS and if he could take a package that I had sitting here for 2 days that needed to get mailed via UPS. And he said, yes. What a blessing. What a blessing that was. And then today, as I'm sharing this episode, on my Facebook, it popped up that on December 6, 2017, I wrote this on Facebook. It's December 6th, and my New Year's resolution, yes, you read that correctly, is this. I'm cutting way back on sending out Christmas cards. It is the one thing about Christmas that stresses me out. If you are my friend, I love you. Seriously, I do. And I so appreciate you. But you are not getting a Christmas card. Instead, let me wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I pray you are blessed this Christmas season with every good thing. And I hope that instead of sending me a Christmas card, you will donate the money to a charity of your choice, hopefully one that helps children. The end. How hilarious is that I sent this out and I'm talking about it today, and I didn't even remember when that was. So we are currently in 2019, so it's been 2 years. Friends, we can live lives that are joyous but not overtaxing. our already taxed systems. What are those things you enjoy but don't have time for? For me, it was taking a walk and reading. I had not read in years, and currently I enjoy reading something fun every once in a while. I had to give myself permission. So friends, this is what I'm doing. I am giving you permission to take some time for the things that will help you relax and refresh. Here are some relax and refresh suggestions. Number 1, an extra long shower or soak in the bath infused with essential oils and bath salts, my preference. My favorite essential oil is bergamot, and I'll put a link in the show notes. And it is one of the most relaxing oils I put in my tub, and I just so enjoy it. The second is a facial. There are some inexpensive scrubs you can make yourself, or you can use something in the store. I love doing facials, and when my daughter gets home from college and my other kids come home, and my other daughter comes over with the grandkids, we're going to do facials, and it will be so much fun. Number 3, a foot soak. This is so relaxing. You can do this while reading, while, being with the kids, and it just helps you relax. Have a towel nearby because you may have to jump out because somebody's doing something and you can't, you've got to get to the kids. I've been there and done that. And it's so refreshing and takes very little time or no time at all because you're still with the kids. Number 4, a foot rub or neck rub. Maybe invest on one of those gadgets or enlist a family member. I used to ask my daughter for neck rubs. I finally figured out that I had to go to the chiropractor, which I did, and then my neck didn't ache anymore. But I had no idea, and for years I would ask her to give me that as gifts because she gave the best neck rubs. My husband did it way too hard, but Annie did it just right. And so when you're a kid, and that's a present you can give your mom, believe me, it's something that they like to do. And the 5th is time to read, to bake, or to do the thing that you consider relaxing. Maybe it's to take up playing the guitar, or maybe it's to take up, take time to read, whatever that is. Time on social media, I don't know. I set a timer for social media, but that might be something that you want to spend some time with and have a little bit of time that is going to help you get relaxed and refreshed. Take the time to be in the now, in the present moment. I realized after reading an eye-opening book that was centered on faith that I was living in the past and the future, and this can weigh us down. We think of what could have happened or should have happened, or we have regrets, or we think about the future and we worry, or we think about things that may or may not happen. Friends, today, just today, focus on the now, the kids in front of you, that before you blink your eyes will be grown up and in college or adults like mine. The youngest is now 19, but even that isn't for long. So let's recap. First, we're going to look at the things that we can't change, those unmovable tasks or dates, the things you can't delegate. Number 2, we're going to look at ways to increase your time or delegate or take it off your list or arrange. And number 3, we're going to look at ways to relax. Once a week? No, daily. I was always one of those that said, you know what? I hate when people say, oh, you deserve this or you deserve that. Well, I found out that when I crashed and burned, it was because I was not in filling. For me, faith is very important, so that daily time in the morning with God is so important. That time to read my Bible, just a few minutes. When my kids were really little ones, I would just be praising God or putting on praise and worship music, and that helped me. This is going to, I promise, change your life. It is today, not tomorrow, that we must deal with, and today looks brighter and brighter to me as I charge into it with the hope that it's going to be the best year ever, and I am going to pray that for you as well. Now, next month, I have 2 shows especially geared for the kids. The first is Refresh and Relax for Kids, similar to what we talked about today, but this is really geared for the kids. And I was reading that kids are so stressed out now, and many are on medication, and I think that's horrible. So we need to help our kids learn how to de-stress, how to handle, anger and things like that. And we will discuss ways to encourage our kids to do this. And the next is the importance of school. My kids went to a retreat one time for sports, would you believe? And my daughter came home a changed person because she learned something from one of the kids that really changed her life. And I'm going to share that with you and your kids for 2020. So take care, friends. I pray you are blessed abundantly in 2020. Please check out my other 2 podcasts, One More Child podcast and A Few Minutes with God podcast. Truly, those are faith-based and inspiring. They keep me grounded, and I hope they help you as well. I also host Creation Science podcast. That one has some of the archives from past Creation Science Expos, as well as some great interviews I've done with Dr. Jay Weil. You will enjoy those upcoming. Take care, friends. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Vintage Homeschool Mom Show. Visit Felice at MediaAngels.com and TheVintageHomeschoolMoms.com. Vintage Homeschool Moms is a production of the Ultimate Homeschool Radio Network.